You know the rest. Y'all ready for this?
I came here with yearly bronchitis, occasional pneumonia, sleep apnea, overweight, digestive disorders.
My back at the worst when I came to Zach was at 64 degrees. My lower back, my upper was 45 degrees and my neck was at 13. It's supposed to be 45.
I have lupus. I was suffering with Lyme disease.
I had really bad anxiety.
I was suffering. I was like bedridden. I was suffering from severe eczema, weepy wounds. I have an occasional case of asthma.
I ended up getting a very severe respiratory infection, and I had it for about 3 months straight, and my life almost virtually came to a halt.
I broke my back years ago and had tons of problems. I had organ dysfunction and failure.
Came to Maximize living about 3 years ago with a ruptured disc in my lower back between L5 and L6.
I've had depression all my life.
My wife died from diabetes, complications from diabetes.
Because of the compression in my back, I had tons of chronic pain and fatigue.
I went to all the regular doctors, had every test known to man, and nobody ever figured out anything, and they just kept giving me more drugs and more drugs and more drugs, and nothing was working.
Muscles and joints were very painful. I could barely bend over.
I couldn't leave the house. I couldn't really eat a lot of foods. Like I could eat bland foods, not anything too much. Like I would usually eat a sandwich every day, just because my stomach would hurt if I ate anything else.
Like arthritis, in my bones and pain in my knees and everywhere.
It hurt to walk. It hurt to just move.
My back was just always sore. I'd walk, I hunched over like I was an old man and everything.
9 medications.
I used to be on bipolar medication. They had me on Epital, they had me on Xanax, they had me on different mood stabilizers, they had me on antipsychotics, they had me on all kinds of different medications.
At that time I was taking 19 pills a day, and I was taking the maximum amount of oral medicine for diabetes that I could take.
Told me that I'd have to be on medications for the rest of my life. So I was on antidepressants, I was on sleep medication, I am in and out of hospitals, getting treatment, very expensive.
Life will never be here. Life will never be the same. What is on your mind? Are your feelings gone?
MaxMind is teaching patients how to have a strong mindset.
If we think right, we're going to have the greatest chances of getting our physiology to work the way that it's supposed to.
You know, MaxMind really has helped me just understand that I can do a lot more than what I might think I can, and it really has helped me gain focus on what I'm supposed to do.
And then your mindset's so important. People have lost hope, and so where else can they go? Sometimes they, not even in church, not even out watching TV, to get hope. And in our Maximized Living Centers, when they come in here and we ask them about how's your smile, what's going on, I can give them hope. And that's the beginning of healing.
I do think that as we get more educated, we start to put limitations on what we are doing and what we think is available for and how our body can function.
My life was changed 23 years ago through a chiropractic adjustment.
And of course the nerve system. Learn how to fix the spine, how to fix the cause of the problem, learn how to turn someone's power back on.
Your brain and your spinal cord controls every single function of your body.
The brain and the spinal cord, they do run and control the body.
If we don't have a proper functioning spine and nervous system, then the quality of food that you're putting in your body isn't that important.
We put curved back in spines, taking those stressors off that nervous system so that body can heal like God intended to do.
central to spine. It's the absolute backbone, with a pun intended there, on what we do for people.
Taking care of the food that we put into our body and being real careful about making sure that we're eating pure food, healthy food, food that brings life.
You are what you eat, and that's important because it's really confusing about what food is and what food's not.
Part of the reason why is because there's so much misinformation out there about nutrition that really nobody knows what to believe.
And even coming out of chiropractic college, it was, you need to do low fat, you need carb, you do this, and how confusing it was versus how simple the essential number 3 is.
So we give people some foundational principles that if they'll just simply follow those principles, it makes a huge change in their health and for their lives.
We start putting good fats, lean meats, reducing the sugar. We reduce the inflammation markers in your body, and your body begins to function a lot better, heal from any disease, and prevent disease.
I have a plan, and I have a way that I can eat, and I have principles that I can eat by. Maximize the oxygen and lean muscle. Really, for me, that's the reason why I can get up in the morning. That's the reason why I can spend so much time with my kids.
Exercise increases oxygenation into our tissues. Our body thrives on oxygen. It needs tons of oxygen. This is what helps us keep us healthy.
Getting into the best shape of our lives and not having to commit 3 or 4 hours a day to make that happen.
I used to think you had to run for hours and upon hours to lose weight. 12 minutes a day, it's so simple and so easy.
Surge training or burst training, you'll hear that terminology used a lot. And it's 12 minutes of exercise a day that will radically change your life. It will start increasing hormones to burn fat, increasing hormones to build lean muscle so you can burn fat and decrease inflammation.
Our 5th essential and final essential is toxicity. One of the I guess, bad news of living in the most industrialized country in the world is that toxicity is all around us.
And the cookware you use, and the water you drink, and the environment you live in can be very toxic to your body, and you can't pronounce what's in the food, that can be toxic as well.
We're in such a toxic world that there's no other detox program as powerful as what the Maximize Living program has.
Our goal is to try to minimize as many toxins into our diet so that we can clean out the inside of our cells so that it is not housing disease such as cancer, neurological conditions.
The biggest part for me is just watching people become free from the bondages of the medications.
I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that
We were able to move my lower back from 64 to 55.
From ruptured disc to completely healed in 2 months.
I feel a lot better. I'm able to skateboard more again and just be more active.
And so within 2 weeks of getting adjusted, my pain level was down and almost gone.
I'm not always in pain in my hips and my knees.
After the first 2 adjustments, I stopped having the distant problems.
Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand.
I've lost 40 pounds so far, and I'm looking forward to losing more.
I've lost 39 pounds. My maximum weight was, I think, 306. And I'm down to 277 or 278.
sometimes I get a good feeling.
Now I'm completely off of all types of medications.
I can go anywhere, I don't have to be on medication.
In this past year, I've come off of 3 of my diabetes medications.
I was recently taken off my seizure medication, and I haven't had a seizure when.
I don't have no more pain, no more prescription.
But I have no diabetes, I take no medicines for it.
Within a month and a half, I was off all my medications.
The mountaintop, walk on water, I got power, feel so
My skin is like almost completely healed.
And I no longer suffer with Lyme disease.
Now I can totally leave the house. I don't ever get anxiety.
My sleeping was back to normal.
I can eat wherever I want, and I don't have like digestion issues. I don't feel like puking all the time.
My asthma's starting to clear up.
I no longer get bronchitis. I no longer have pneumonia.
His treatment has helped phenomenally.
I emotionally am like totally more stable than I've ever been.
This has really turned my life around.
I got my life back, my smile, everything back.
Over time, over these past 5 years, I've become more confident in what I can and cannot do.
I felt like I hadn't felt in 10 years.
Maximize Living has changed my life.
Let's get it, gotta love it like we